So we're on Thursday, and for Thursday we have two problems here. But before we get started, there's one major change we need to make right now. So I want you to take your pencil, and I want you to change this action from subtraction to addition. If you don't change that action, then you're going to end up with the wrong answer, and I want to make sure that everybody ends up with the correct answer. All right? So we have two pieces. I'm going to walk you through this part because I want to make sure that you're understanding the models carefully. And it says shade the box to represent 6/10 part of 3/10. So last week when we were talking on Thursday, we were talking about part of a part. And we want to know 3/10 part of 6/10. So what that really means is that we're multiplying 3/10 times 6/10 to get an answer. So I know that you can relate this to whole number multiplication, but it's important that you understand the model. So we're going to do some cross shading. And anytime we do some cross shading, it's like we're trying to find the array in the middle of that cross shading. It's that overlapping piece. So to get me started, I'm going to start off by shading 3/10. So I'm going to take my marker, and you should be taking your pencil or a color of your choice, and shading in 3/10. So there's 2/10. And 3/10. I'm kind of regretting using such a dark color. I probably should have gone with a pencil first. Okay? So there's my 3/10. The next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I label it. Labeling is super important. Anytime you see these models, I want you to label. That's the key to getting them right. So 3/10 is done. We have 6/10 part of that. So I have 1/10. 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, and 6/10. So 6/10 was cross shaded. The part that I want to pay attention to is this part that is outlined, that is overlapping. It's like I see a small array in there. It's like I see an array of 3 groups of 6. And 3 groups of 6 would be 18. And so when I look at how much is shaded in this model, then I can easily see that I have 18 hundredths in this model. Okay? All right, now that I've got that, I'm going to go over here to the other side. I'm going to draw a little line, and I'm going to make my steps for solving. G, M, A. And the only difference between this problem and the one on the back side is the fact that we do have a decimal. And anytime we're adding and subtracting decimals, whenever you add or you subtract decimals, you want to line up the decimal places. So line up the decimals like buttons on a shirt. Remember? There's our key for helping us to remember. Okay? So I'm going to count the actions just like I did on the front. Remember, we're changing this to add. So we have 1, 2, 3 actions. So I have 3 actions for solving to get my final answer. All right. So I expect you to solve this and then go check in with your teacher.